Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So I know I kind of look like a hot mess right now, but it is at the end of my day. You guys will see why in the video. Today I am reviewing the Sephora. I've been saying that so fucking weird all day. The Sephora Perfection Mist Airbrush Foundation today. So this is like a good dupe for the Dior Air Flash, and it's much more affordable. It's actually $28 compared to $62 or $68. I forget the exact price tag of the Dior Air Flash. So I have been wearing this for, I want to say, like a good 10 hours or so. I'm kind of dumb when it comes to math. You guys will see during the video how long I've been having it on, because I did show you guys a time on my little phone. So if you guys are interested in checking out this Dior Air Flash, look at me calling it Dior Air Flash. It's not the fucking Dior Air Flash. If you guys are interested in looking at a Dior Air Flash dupe, the Sephora Perfection Mist Airbrush Foundation. Okay, look, let me just keep it real with you guys right now. I went to the fair today and I have been drinking kind of a lot, so I'm like stuck on stupid right now. So if you guys are interested in checking out a dupe for the Dior Air Flash, then go ahead and keep on watching this. As always, make sure you guys subscribe and like this video. Make sure you guys turn on my post notifications so that you guys get notified when I upload a new video. And let me know what you guys think about this foundation, because I'm really curious to see if you guys have tried it and I want to know what you guys think about it. So let me know down in the comments below. And if you guys want to go ahead and see how I like this foundation, then go ahead and keep on watching. Alright, so getting this Sephora, I'm not even going to try to say this it's right there in English. Perfection Mist Airbrush Foundation review started. So just to let you guys know, I am a little bit slow when it comes to stuff like this, so I know everyone wants to know how much product it comes with, but for some reason it says 75 milliliters, oh my gosh, millimeters, a bitch can't talk or read, 2.5 ounces, but then it also says net weight 1.8 ounce. So I don't know if it's 2.5 or 1.8, so maybe you guys can help me figure that out, but that's how much product you get. So the reason why I got this foundation and I thought it would be cool to review is because I was going to go and buy the Dior Air Flash foundation. I'm sure you guys have heard all about that. That foundation I believe is $62 or $68, and this one right here is only $28, so it's a much cheaper alternative. And I have used this before, so this is technically not going to be a first impressions. I used it one time and I was like, hey, this is pretty cool, so I thought I would do a review on it and actually wear it throughout the day and do check-ins. So let's go ahead and go to the Sephora's website and see what they say about this product. So it says what it is: an airbrush foundation with an ultra fine mist for flawless makeup results at home. And it says what it does: blurs imperfections seamlessly and controls shine for up to 10 hours with this satin finish foundation. The weightless microfine pigments of InstaBlend technology ensure color lays down smooth and seamless, so you can build to your desired coverage level from light to full for a flawless look every time. Mineral rich red algae extract protects the skin from environmental stresses and helps smooth the skin for a soft focus airbrush finish that lasts. Okay, so what I liked about this foundation is supposedly it holds up to 10 hours. It says 10 hours on their website, but I could have sworn on the back here it says 12 hours, or like on the packaging somewhere. Maybe I'm tripping. I guess I'm tripping. I don't know where the fuck I got 12 hours from. So it is fragrance free, it is paraben free, and it is oil free, and this is waterproof, so it's super great for summer. Let me go ahead and get my face primed so that way we can get this foundation on and see if it lives up to the hype. So it does have 1,575 reviews, and it does have 4.25 stars out of 5, which is really good. So I'm assuming people really like this foundation, so I'm gonna put it to the test and do check-ins. I don't know if I mentioned that earlier, but I'm going to the fair, so I'm gonna do check-ins, and I'm gonna try to get good lighting so that way you guys can see how it's wearing throughout the day. If the lighting is not too good, I will be obviously coming back home, and then I'll do my final check-ins after wearing this for about, I would say, maybe 10 hours, because yeah, it's 2 o'clock right now and the fair closed at 12, and I normally stay till closing. So yeah, I'll be having it on for 10 hours, so we'll see how it looks at the end of 10 hours. Honestly, I get really oily, so we're really gonna fucking put this to the test and see if it works. I'm going to be taking the Too Faced Hangover Primer, and I'm gonna be putting that all over my face. I recommend the travel size version because on this one you get, what is it? I did the math because I'm so cheap like that. You get 20 milliliters of product, and this is $15. As to where with the large one, which costs $32, you get, I want to say, don't quote me, I'll put it up there on the screen, but I'm pretty sure you get like 38 milliliters. You get less product basically if you buy the large, and that's $32. So you could buy 2 small and it'll add up to more product than the large, and it costs less, $2 less. I know that's like cheap as fuck, but hey, $2 is $2, and I could buy a double cheeseburger with that. And no, this primer doesn't irritate my face. This is just how red I get when I touch my face. It'll tone down in a minute. So then I'm gonna be taking the Hangover 3-in-1 replenishing primer and setting spray. So I use this on top of that. I don't know why, for some reason I just really love the feel of it, and I love the smell. It's so relaxing. So just spray this on. What the fuck? It's not even hitting my face. Catch every drop. Oh, I forgot to mention too, I did moisturize my face with the Murad tone perfecting or correcting moisturizer. This is the green one. They do have different color ones, so this only adds just a tiny little bit of tint to my skin. I don't notice too much of a difference with my redness when I put that on, but I definitely do like it. It doesn't make me extra oily, and it does have SPF in it, so I do like that. So yes, let me go ahead and let this primer sit in. Okay, then I take just a little bit of the Milk Makeup Blur Stick, and I take just a smidge of this on the areas where I have a lot of pores. So right here, and I do notice a difference with this. If you guys want a full review on this, let me know, only because I know there was a little bit of drama with a whole bunch of people using this, and they had an affiliate link, but they weren't saying in the video that it was an affiliate link. So I obviously don't have an affiliate link, so let me know if you guys want a review on this, and I will definitely do it. But yeah, so I just put that on in my pores a little bit and dab it in. Okay, so it says shake for 5 seconds. I was gonna say 5 minutes. I'm like, damn, that would be forever. So the first time that I use this foundation, I did notice that it does dry pretty quickly, so I do section by section. So I start off with my forehead, because that shit's huge as fuck, and then I just move on to cheek, and yes, so on from there. So I think that's been 5 seconds. Now I will say, obviously I don't have hair, so it doesn't get as messy for me, but if you have hair, this foundation is a little bit messy. But let me just go ahead and spray it on there. And I spray it on, it says like 8 inches, but I spray it on a little bit closer, that way less product goes to waste. And obviously you can tell right there, like it already gives you a good amount of coverage. Now, if you have your brows done, I don't have my brows done right now, then I don't recommend to put this on. You definitely have to do your foundation first with this if you're going to be using this product, because it will get all over the place. It says on the website and on the bottle that it has a satin finish. I personally don't see a satin finish to this. I feel like it's completely matte, which is fine to me, only because I get oily, so I kind of want it to be matte. But let me know, do you guys think this has a satin finish? I can't really tell, maybe you guys can tell on the camera. But in person, to me, it looks matte. But for it being like a full coverage, I feel like it gives a really pretty finish on the skin. It doesn't look like cakey, and I don't feel like I sprayed that much, but I don't know, maybe I did spray a lot, I don't fucking know. But to me, this is not a lot, and it doesn't look like a lot either. Yeah, up close underneath the beauty lights, honestly, I feel like it looks bomb. Like, it just looks smooth and even. I could still see some of my freckles showing through on my old acne marks or scars or whatever they're called, but I could definitely add another layer. But I don't want to wear like too much makeup, only because it is really fucking hot outside right now. It's 94 degrees. So I'm just gonna stick with this amount. I could build it up, but I don't really feel the need to today, especially because I'm just going to the fair and I'm not going out, so I'm not looking for that like super flawless look. So what I'm gonna do right now is I like to cover my ears and plugs, because this does get all over the place. And make sure you close your eye when you're spraying it on. And then I just take a beauty blender. And I do wanna let you guys know that I can't use brushes on my skin, because where I have my redness is where I have broken capillaries. So brushes just skip right over that, and it makes it look like patchy. So if you guys want a comparison with a brush, I'm super sorry, but no brush is gonna work on my skin. I've tried every single brush. It just doesn't work, so sorry for that. So I can only do it with a beauty blender. And honestly, I don't know if I'm spraying like a lot. I honestly, looking up close, I don't feel like it looks like a lot of coverage, but looking from a distance, I'm like, this shit is full coverage. It says that you could build it light to full, but I'm like, I don't feel like I sprayed that much, and I feel like it is definitely instantly a full coverage foundation, which I like, because I don't want a light coverage foundation. Obviously with this redness, I want it completely covered. I don't know if I mentioned this earlier, but the reason why I did get this one instead of the Dior Air Flash is because A, it's cheaper and I'm a broke bitch, and I kind of liked the coverage better. When I was swatching the Dior Air Flash, I was like, I didn't really care for the coverage on that, and you guys know that I like my full coverage, so I needed a little bit more. So when I swatched this, I was like, ooh, this looks really nice, so let me go ahead and try this out. And I personally haven't heard too many people talk about this foundation, so I was like, let's give it a shot. Honestly, so far, I'm really loving it. I feel like it gives a very smooth, very smooth finish. And I kind of see a little bit of the satinness when it comes to my cheeks now, I guess because there's a little bit more of dimension there, so I see it reflecting. So I do see the satinness to it. And I definitely feel like it's full coverage. I don't know how you can get a light coverage out of this, to be honest with you. I feel like it's completely full coverage, which I like. I'm not complaining about. I'm just letting you guys know if you're looking for something that's a light coverage, then you may not like this, because I feel like it's full coverage. But it definitely sets on the skin really nice. Let me go ahead and zoom you guys in so that way you guys can see up close. So that's how it is up close. I don't have my concealer on, obviously, so don't mind around my eye area. All right, and before I continue on with setting my foundation, doing my concealer and all that stuff, I'm gonna go ahead and take a picture with flash so that way you guys can see if there's flashback or not. I feel like I watch a lot of foundation reviews and they never take a picture with their phone with flash, because that's where you get the most flashback, and I feel like people need to see that. So I'm gonna go stand outside of my lights and I'm gonna take a picture with flash so that way you guys can see if there's flashback on this before I put on my powder and bronzer, concealer, and all that other shit. And then I'm also gonna go ahead and do my bronzer, concealer, and all that stuff on camera, because that's another thing that I don't see a lot in foundation review videos, is they'll go ahead and do it off camera, so we can't really see how this foundation is working with products that they normally use, such as their concealer, setting powder, and bronzer. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that on camera, so that way I can see how it's reacting with the foundation, and that way you guys can see how it's reacting with the foundation as well. So I'll go ahead and insert the photo of the flash picture right now. Okay, so I definitely do feel like there is a little bit of flashback. Now, do keep in mind that my neck is more tan than my face. So if you guys look at my neck, obviously my neck is gonna be a little bit more dark. See, if I lower it right here, you guys could see that's where I'm more pale, because when I went out to the river, I wore a hat because I didn't want to get any sunspots. So my face was covered, but then my neck was burning. So just go ahead and try to look at my face, and obviously you can see if there's a white cast or not. So I don't feel like there's too much of a major flashback, which is a good thing. Then I'm gonna be taking the shade Light, and I'm gonna be taking that underneath my eyes. Well, actually in the center of my forehead first. I do feel like this shade is just a little bit too pale now too. So I do wanna get a different highlighting shade, only because I don't like that bright of a highlight. Like, do you guys see how white that looks? I did get a little bit more tan. I'm gonna put a couple dots of this in there to mix with that, because I feel like that's too light. Okay, so far this foundation is mixing in like perfectly with my concealer. I feel like it looks even more flawless, so I am definitely liking it so far, and I definitely like the coverage. Now I'm gonna be taking just a little bit of the Ben Nye Fair powder, and I'm gonna be placing that right where I get my most creases, right up here. And then, just because you guys know I love my extra full coverage, I'm taking my MAC Studio Fix powder in the shade C4 just to set this. I forgot to tell you guys, I'm so dumb that when I looked at my phone, I said it was 2 o'clock, it was actually 3 o'clock. I was like, why the fuck is it already 3 o'clock? When I looked at the phone, I was like, no, there's no way I have not been doing my foundation for a fucking hour. So I was like, oh my gosh, I thought it was 2, and it was really 3 or like 3:15 or something. Yeah, because now it's 3:44. So right now I'm taking my MAC Mineralized Skin Finish in the shade Medium Tan, and I use that as my bronzer. I said it before in numerous videos, but I just really like using this as a bronzer because it gives a very skin-like finish. And it doesn't have shimmer in it, but it does give the skin a sheen, so I really like that. In photos, it looks super nice. And I'm taking that on my Kat Von D 20 brush. And so far, it looks as if everything is mixing really good with this foundation. It's not getting blotchy, it's not sitting in fine lines so far, it's not mixing weird with the product, so I really like it so far, but time will tell, obviously, because you have to wear it for a bit and see how it is. I don't see how some people do their foundation reviews and they just like give an okay on it after just wearing it for like 20-30 minutes. It's like, obviously any foundation is gonna look good when you're only wearing it for that short period of time. So you have to like actually put it to the test and like wear it for the day to see how it wears, you know? And then I'm just gonna be going in with a little bit of a highlight. This one is from the Makeup Forever highlighting little powder things. I don't know the name of this. I'll leave it on the side like I normally do, because I don't know why it's so hard to get the damn pens out of here, so it's harder for me to tell you guys. Okay, I feel like I have a shit ton of highlighter on, but in person it doesn't look that bad. I think it's just because the lights are so fucking bright right now. So anyways, let me go ahead and, oh shit, duh. I have to set my face, so that I'm taking again the Hangover 3-in-1 primer. Well, primer, setting spray, you know all that shit, all right? So now let me let this dry, and then I'm gonna zoom you guys in so you guys can see. So the time right now is, where's the time? Hello? Oh my gosh, my phone is being dumb. It is 4:26. So I will do, I'll try to do a couple hours check-in, but I may not be able to depending upon how, the light is over there. or what time I even get there, because we may go to the bar first. So I will do a check-in at the end of the day, obviously, and let you guys know, and I'm gonna try my hardest to do check-ins from my phone, so the quality is not gonna be as good, but I'm gonna try to do check-ins as I go. But if I don't, when I get back home at like midnight or so, I'll let you guys know how it is. So let me go ahead and zoom you guys in so you guys can see what it looks like now. So that is what it looks like now. Honestly, I really love the finish. I feel like it looks great. My bronzer and highlight and all that stuff mix in good with it. So I really like it. I'm a fan so far, but let's see how it wears throughout the day. All right, guys, so I am currently back from the fair. It is 1:14 in the morning. Is that shit on? Hold on, wait, let me turn up the brightness so that way you guys can see the time. So as you can tell, it's 1:14 in the morning. I was gonna try my hardest to do check-ins. However, it was dark there at the fair and I was like looking at the lighting and I'm like, they're not even gonna be able to tell. So I will say, after wearing this foundation now for, how many hours has it been? I put it on at like 4. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1. Oh fuck, what is that, like 8 hours? No wait, 9 hours? I'm fucking shitty at math, and on top of that too, I was drinking at the fair, so I'm a little bit buzzed right now. But I will say the foundation definitely looks good. The only problem that I do have with it is it does kind of settle in fine lines. I'm looking at my forehead right now, and as you guys know, I did get Botox, so I'm like, why is it sitting in these little fine lines right here? But it is definitely sitting in my fine lines right there, but on my cheeks, on my nose, it looks really good, but it does definitely settle in fine lines because my other foundation definitely doesn't do that. But overall, I think it looks really good. And I will say, for me being oily, it definitely doesn't look too bad considering I've been out all day, and on top of that too, when I left today, it was like 93 degrees or something like that. And then towards the night, it ended up getting down to like 78, which is still warm for my fat ass because I sweat when it's anything above 72, to be honest with you. So I think it definitely still does look good, and it definitely does have a good wear time on it. Other foundations that I've tried are a little bit more creamy, and they do get really, really oily. So overall, I'm pretty satisfied with this foundation. I will tell you guys that the cons of this foundation is it is kind of messy. I did notice earlier when I was looking at my eyelashes, I'm like, fuck, my eyelashes are coated with foundation because it does spray everywhere. Another con is it does sit in fine lines, but overall, I think the pros outweigh the cons, and I think that this foundation definitely will last well. It has great coverage, and it gives the skin like a very smooth airbrush finish, and there's not a lot of flashback. So overall, I highly recommend this foundation, and I think that it'll be really good for you if you have oily skin. If you guys are really dry, I don't think that you will like it because even though it has a satin finish, I do notice that it does, I don't know, like, I don't want to say it looks dry, but it's not like it's like the most dewy looking foundation. So I do recommend it if you're oily, but if you are dry, I kind of would not maybe go with it, but that's totally up to your preference. If you guys like this type of video, please give it a thumbs up and please subscribe. I'm trying, I can't fucking talk, I swear. I've been drinking. I had like a lot to drink, to be honest with you guys, so I'm surprised that I'm even knowing what the fuck to say right now. Overall, if you guys like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe. I'm trying to turn YouTube into my career, so I'm trying to do maybe 3 or 4 videos a week. So if you guys would subscribe, that would really help me the fuck out. And make sure you guys like it because that helps me out even more. And yeah, with that said, I will catch you guys in my next video. Peace out, Girl Scout.